I want to shout at you for what you did, but I know it won't change anything. The weight of my thoughts is enough to fill the silence with frustration, but I must find a way to heal from it. There's a storm brewing inside of me, a deep urge to scream at you for what you did, but I choose to listen to the silence instead. It speaks volumes in ways words never can. In the silence of my thoughts, I hear my heart screaming, longing for you to understand the pain you caused, yet I remain calm. I want to shout, but I won't let this moment define me. I feel an intense desire to shout at you, to express the raw emotions of betrayal, but sometimes the loudest scream comes from a still heart. Your actions have left me breathless, and I want to shout at you in anger. But what I really need is peace, something that seems impossible in this current moment of hurt. I want to shout at you for what you did, but I also know that silence carries a deeper message, one that speaks of boundaries crossed and the inner turmoil I now must face. Every fiber of my being wants to scream at you, to make you hear the hurt you've caused, but I hold back. The weight of the truth is heavier than any words I could ever say. I want to shout at you, to let you know how your actions have shattered my peace. But I realize that sometimes the most powerful way to express pain is through restraint. What you did to me echoes in my mind, and I feel like shouting at you. But I wonder, will it make me feel better or just keep me in a cycle of anger and regret? The urge to shout at you is overwhelming, but I choose to reflect instead. My feelings are valid, but how I express them will determine the path I take from here. It's so hard not to shout at you when all I feel is betrayal and hurt. But I know deep down that shouting won't fix what's broken between us. Only understanding can do that. Shouting would be easy, but what I really need is clarity, to understand why you did what you did and how to move past the pain that now sits heavy in my chest. I want to shout at you for everything you've done, but I've come to realize that sometimes the loudest scream is the one that remains unsaid, buried beneath layers of hurt and sorrow. The impulse to shout is there, but I choose to hold space for my emotions, hoping that one day I will find a way to express them in a way that brings me peace rather than more conflict. I could shout at you, but would that heal the pain, or would it only deepen the wound? In the quiet, I seek understanding, something I can't achieve through anger. I want to scream at you for all the hurt you've caused, but as I sit with my feelings, I realize that shouting may only pull us further apart. I must find a better way to process this. The urge to shout is strong, But I remind myself that sometimes what we need most is not to be heard, but to hear ourselves, to understand what's truly beneath all these emotions. I want to shout at you, to make you feel the anger and betrayal that burns inside me. But then I remember my peace is worth more than any momentary satisfaction that shouting might bring. Every part of me is screaming right now, wanting to shout at you, but instead I breathe deeply, hoping that by pausing, I can find a clearer path to healing. I feel like shouting at you, like telling you how deeply you've wounded me, but I wonder, what's the point? Will shouting ever make you understand the depth of my pain? I want to shout at you for what you did, but as I sit here with my thoughts, I realize that my silence might be the most powerful thing I can offer right now. In my mind, I'm shouting at you for every choice you made that led us here. But in my heart, I'm searching for understanding, hoping that one day I'll see things clearly again. I want to shout at you for what you did, but I know that anger will not bring me peace. The truth is, I need to let go, even if it feels impossible right now. You've left me in this whirlwind of emotions, and part of me wants to shout at you for everything that's been broken. But I also realize that healing begins with me, not with you. There's a scream in my soul, a cry for justice, for you to understand the impact of your actions. But I know deep down that the only way to heal is to find my own peace, no matter how hard that may be. I want to shout at you, but I know it won't change anything. What I really need is clarity, to understand why you did what you did, and to figure out how to heal from this. I could shout at you, let all my frustration pour out, but instead, I hold it in, wondering if silence will bring the answers I seek, or if it's simply the calm before the storm. The urge to shout at you is there, but it's the quiet moments where I find my strength. My anger won't heal me, only reflection and understanding can do that.